We have a question here that says, what are the pros and cons of having 50 feet versus 100 feet coils?
Sure. So it kind of goes back to the balancing equation. How cold your keg is, the ambient temperature. 50-foot coil is a pretty good. Okay, so let me back up here for a second. There's also a cold plate version of jockey boxes out there where it's just a giant aluminum, basically plate that's got stainless steel tubing in it. That's kind of like your lowest end jockey box because those aluminum plates only have about 11 feet of stainless in them, so you're only getting a couple ounces of beer cold at a time. So you can run those at a lower psi, so you're not risking overcarbonating your keg if you're going to be, like, let's say at an 8-hour event, and your kegs are sitting at 25, 30 psi for so long that CO2 is inevitably going to be absorbed by the beer. But they don't cool efficiently enough, right? So we have never put an aluminum plate into any one of our jockey boxes. So our minimum is 50 feet. That's pretty much the standard that we go with. I don't think we rarely grab a 100-foot coil jockey box for an event that we're pouring from. It's usually 50 feet because the longer that coil is, the more resistance there is in it, the higher the PSI that you have to pour at. So in order to keep the PSI as low as we can, but get the correct pouring efficiency out of it, that 50 foot seems to be that sweet spot. And so, like, if you're in Texas and pouring at, if you're at a beer festival, 100-degree heat, and your kegs, maybe on ice, but there may be a little bit of sunshine hitting them, like, kegs can warm up really quickly if there's any sort of sun out. So that would be, I'd recommend maybe 100 foot there if you're pouring in a hot environment and you're, pouring pitchers. But if you're just pouring, 12, 16 ounces of beer, 50 foot's that kind of middle ground. So it's really up to you. It's really up to the person, but it's just the 50 foot seems to be the sweet spot.